Hello, hope everyone's doing fantastic. Today is the lunar eclipse day, blood moon. I actually wasn't awake during the transaction period of the blood moon. I didn't perform any rituals or anything of that nature. I actually couldn't sleep, so I tried to sleep, but I don't know if it was sugar getting me or if it was the blood waves transmission from the moon stopping me from sleeping. But I know one thing, today's March the 3rd, and where I live is already starting to feel like a new year because the season is switching over to spring. And I just been grounding myself, trying to stay consistent to my routines each and every day, trying to manifest better, trying to set goals for myself, what I want to do this year and what I want to accomplish. And that's what everyone should do. Each year, they should always update their schedule and their accolades and things on their objective list that they want to set out and conquer and accomplish. And like I tell everybody, I'm no better than anyone. I don't look at anyone as better than me, even if at birth we sign different type of soul contracts to go through certain pain and adversity, and everything is in our scripted reality of this 3D projection that we call life. So with that being said, I want to get into the topic of the day of controlling your mirror, or placing your mirrors, or being cognitively aware, mainly awareness of your mirrors. Understand that you yourself, me, myself, and I, we're all portals. And being a portal is very, very, very significant to the extent that you can control what comes in and comes out. You can modulate your frequency. You can shift your radar, your inner compass, to match your internal to the external. And once you start becoming aware of certain things in your life, there's no turning back. It's like you playing a game on the advantage board, because you're not letting arguments, petty squirrels, or being in traffic and you're not letting people be slow in front of you, agitate you, piss you off, make you upset, get you in the mood swing. You're not letting people trigger you easily because they know things about you that easily upset you. You're just basically your higher self once you become more aware, because we were always manufactured and built and coming into this world with a pre-written JavaScript destiny that we have the keys as soon as we're born, and we just have to remember and reawaken and become aware and shift our reality and place our mirrors at every little check note along the way until you get older. I just turned 27. I want to say like almost 2 weeks ago, and time is just such a relatively like absolute, just obsolete feature and thing in my life. Like, I don't care necessarily about age, about how long someone's been in this world powering the simulation, this matrix, because time is relativity. Like, there's no point to get fixated and feel like you're down on yourself because you're not accomplishing things that your peers or those who came 30, 40, 50, 60 years before you, what they maintained and what they gained in this reality world. We're not playing by the same cards in this game. We're not being shuffled and drawing the same cards and decks that our ancestors and our parents and our grandparents had. we're all here for a purpose, and we will never have the same way up to the finish line, and we will never have the same keys to the final exit mission. We will never have the same route of success. People have to understand that just because your mom, your grandmother, your granddad, your uncle, just because these people are accomplished in this material world where everything is intangible and temporary and artificial, that doesn't make them better than you. That just means they've been inside this world longer and they have more credit and vitality and more accolades and certain achievements that makes you feel worse than you're supposed to be feeling, because you feel like, oh, I'm running out of time, I'm too late, I can't accomplish things, I'm far behind, I'm being left. But in reality, you're being rerouted. And I want everybody to know that who gets the chance to have this video become inside their inbox or recommended, however you scrabble across this video, because it only is going to resonate and get loaded and viewed by the right frequency beings who's ready to actually hear this. Because the voice, the body, the mind, it's all a temple and a portal. So I'm transporting my information that I've downloaded from the divine source to this material black mirror phone. So whoever is able to get this message, I just want you to know that you aren't late, you aren't behind, you are on time, and you are divinely guided here to affect those in your reality or your day-to-day. And your life is bigger than what you know. You have real meaning. You're very powerful, and when you step outside, you should know that you're just like the sun. You're imposing, you're very noticeable. People see you from miles away, and you start to attract things in your day-to-day lives that you might start to see that, oh, this isn't a coincidence. These attempts, these actions, these interactions, they're all pre-written, and they're encoded and reacted by your light body, your ethereal being, because you are eternal light. You are manifesting your reality. You are changing your day-to-day outcome based off how you're vibrating, your frequency, like how well you are mentally and internal is going to affect who you are in this material realm. Because this projection is an illusion in a way. A lot of it is fake, and we're only here to accomplish our goals of raising the vibration. And then we're going to be cashing out those coins, cashing out our karma tickets, cashing out our karma tokens, and just upgrading ourselves, because the only thing that was real and that you was given before you incarnated, and what you would take with you and leave, because it's the only thing that matters, is your soul. Your soul is the only thing that you want to make sure that you have in your possession, and that you are taken care of, and you are making sure that nobody can take away how you feel, what you put into the world, and what direction you're going into in life. Because you can easily sell your soul, and it doesn't have to be towards the Illuminati or the government or the Hollywood theatric matrix of people who are bloodthirsty because they want you to be a performing art slave to them, just to cash in on your energy and vibration and control your light. You can sell your souls in different ways. You can sell your soul by being in a job that's not for you, that's not serving your purpose, that's not shining bright on your light, that's just making you negative and making you a Debbie Downer, where you walk into work each and every day and you're lowering the frequency around you. Like, a lot of people don't know that this world is controlled by invisible structures and beings, and there's these things called ley lines placed all around us on the grids, where these cities were pre-constructed to sit and house right on these certain parallels and diameters on the earth. And everything in this world was predetermined already. That's why it's so hard for certain people to break out and fight the illusion and matrix that we have to deal with. I know some people feel like they're total failures, that they look at what their parents or grandparents accomplished at such a early age, but they came into this world where it was just post-reset, apocalyptic things. And a lot of reason why the world is like this now is because of the wars. Like, if you're not willing to fight and vanquish others for what you believe in, then you're not going to do too well in a dog-eat-dog world. You got to be able to be selfish and conquer and put your intentions into the world in a dominant, masculine way, so that you're able to get your mission done by any means. And if you're on the shy side, or you're not very confident in yourself, that's going to be a big mission that you have to change and become within, and manifest that positivity of not arrogance or ego, but more of belief, and knowing that you were created by the divine source and being that lifted and organized all of us, from the squirrels, the cows, the ocean waters, the currents, temples, sand, grass, cars, even stuff that's man-made and manufactured by humans. Like, we couldn't create any of this without the true one God and the source and the architect who gave us all these powers. We're all just like that eternal being, because we come directly and divinely from that source. So you have to understand that being cocky, being arrogant, being full of yourself, it at a point, at a certain extent, that's a good quality to have. Because think about any TV show or movie you ever watched where the hero was naive, clumsy, unsure of himself. What did he gain throughout that process of his awakening, when he triumphed and took over and knocked out all the bad guys? He became confident, and he changed, or she changed, to become a better person and believe in their abilities. Because when you're an all-contained unit where everything you needed already came pre-installed, and God gifted you every tool that you needed already, but you just wasn't aware of it. You just wasn't awake to the fact that you didn't need external things. You were the internal being that's eternal. And you have such light. You have such strong magnetism that you vibrate at a frequency that you affect those around you. And I'm not going to say you're going to always have good interactions, or you're going to be the type of person that everybody likes you. Some people hate the light. I know so many people were like out in the darkness by myself, just watching TV or something, and then they just come in the room and just turn the light on, because some people are just afraid of the natural, authentic, genuine polarity of a natural light being like myself. Like, they need an artificial light to make them feel comfortable in their own shoes, in their own souls, to walk around and be able to survive this 3D reality. So I want everybody to know that I love all. I understand that we are the same. We're created by the divine being and the one true source, light code, that gave us a chance to come into this reality and play a bigger mission and know that we had to put faith beyond ourselves, because we all need help. You can't do anything by yourself forever. It will always just be temporarily. So with that being said, try to look at ways to make yourself into the human being that you would look up to, that you will be grateful for in your life. If you can become that person that heals the world after you learn all your knowledge, after you download all your skills and intellectual abilities to awaken yourself, awaken your neighbors, awaken your masses, there's nothing you can do at that point. It's just that you're going to need a team, because in this system, things are rigged against us hundreds and hundreds of years based off what people who aren't even alive now, or maybe hiding somewhere underground in a inner point after they done controlled the world and set it up against us to be so rigged and booby trapped so that every little obstacle of the matrix, we're all just paying bills, running a rat race, trying to survive, trying to work a dead-end job that we didn't incarnate to be at, and making us feel like we're unsuccessful based off paper. And that's truly unfortunate. But once you become aware of the programming and the world, you will understand that you will be gifted powers, upgrades, abilities, and meaningful obstacles in your day-to-day life to vanquish and conquer. You won't necessarily have the tools immediately to set out and accomplish all your goals, but in a way, you will feel way, way better knowing that in this world that we call life, it's just a game, and you got to be willing and ready and able to play the game and conquer, and be really to believe in yourself and manifest a better world, a better reality, a better day for your sisters, your brothers, your neighbors, your future kids, if you have kids. I know some people don't want to have kids because it's just too expensive to live in, because the economy is so bad, because the world we live in is manufactured and they making everything so bad and hard to survive, just to siphon and steal and suck our energy and make us negative beings. So with that being said, please understand that you're a portal. Please become aware of your surroundings and your light, and how powerful you really are, and how magnetic, and how the world needed you here, and how hard it is to even be born, and how hard it is for a woman to give birth and survive that pain and agony of being a true creator. Like, women being able to bring life into this world is one of the beautiful things ever. And the fact that you were able to be born and be here right now to witness this message and to help heal the world, that's a miracle itself, because there's a lot of agents, there's a lot of spies, there's a lot of negative beings out there who want to stop us from saving this planet, because it's truly in turmoil and we need each other. We need a strong team. There has never been any professional team, amateur team that won with just one great player all the way to the last victory lap. That one great player looked around and saw his teammates and knew he could count, or she could count on them for support, help, advice, and just to be there for them. So along your journey, just know that as you work on yourself and you manifest your reality around you and you become the person that you want to be, there's an internal compass that's pointing directly outward, and that's your divine mirror. And when you look around and you look at the world, know that everything came from the direct divine source, and you're no different from them, no matter your skin color, no matter their height, their weight, their accent, their ethnicity, however they come across different from you, their religion, their mindset. We're all just pieces of the chessboard being moved around, and we was guided here today to give our time, our service, our energy to power this world. And when you notice that you're tired or you're exhausted or you just gave up a lot of light photons to this projection of the outer mirror world, you have to be able to draw yourself back, take a step back and look and say, wow, I need to be in control of my actions. I need to be in control of my light. I need to understand why I'm here and what is my purpose before I turn the age of 40 or before I turn 50 or 60 or 70. And you look up at the clock and you're like, boom, it's ticking. My body's breaking down. My cellular structure isn't as good as it once was because the environment, the parameters that was set up for me inside this world, they all just rigging things against me. So before you get too old and to the point of the matrix where your body isn't as strong and durable and healthy as you would want it to be because you were set up to fail, you were set up to eat artificial fake dyes and poisonous chemicals and affect your temple and with poison so that you wouldn't live for hundreds of years. Understand that you want to shift your reality now. You want to become a modern citizen, a role model for your whole external reality, because whatever you do and vibrate internal, you're just a mirror. It's going to come back directly to you. And with that being said, you don't want to spread no negativity, even at times where you might have been hurt, you might have been injured, you might have divinely have someone plotting against you that's trying to break your heart and trigger you and get you to the point where you aren't yourself. And once you become divinely protected, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can't do. I just want everybody to know that it's your boy Zeal. I'm always here if anyone needs to talk. I only make these videos because I felt like there was a call for me this year to start spreading the awareness of what I've been learning my whole lifetimes. From this lifetime to my earliest lifetimes, I always felt alone or outcast, or I didn't have friends, or I didn't feel that type of energy and magnetism that I put out into this world. And I want to make sure that when I left this reality, I did my mission, I fulfilled my goals, and that God loves me and He needed me to come down here to this reality to send His message. So with that being said, always be Zeal's lover. Peace.